Okay. I missed tapping the pot before I reached over to turn it on. That would have been better. I didn't throw this away. That would have been better. I want the cap on to throw it away. That would have been better. I am looking at that I don't have enough threatening to make this video, but I don't have a choice. I need myself deceased here. I don't want to live through the winter cold because I need to wet my hair for another reason besides that it's warm and it's a long summer. I know it's fall now, autumn, but it's really hot in Vegas, Las Vegas. Vegas, I have to say Vegas because everybody's here the wrong way. It's very hot in Las Vegas. I am threatening that I do things the soul doesn't like about myself because I'm a jealous girlfriend problem. Everybody says they have a boyfriend or a girlfriend. That's because of Becky. But I'm not really the Becky here because Becky's not alive from world number 14, where the creator of Becky is alive here. And it's world number 17. The creator of Becky is died in the name Becky, but it's me who named it Becky, with Donna Body being a trespasser in my house. Otherwise, I don't have a name at all because feminine genitals on the Godhead doesn't speak in karma. So I don't owe that I say even one word of English, and you're that far in the wrong. You don't afford that I am myself, and you don't afford to be here. I'm talking right over. I am angry. I'm angry like I want to destroy the Godhead while I'm creating it. I'm angry because it didn't go everything according to the plans I made as the overlord. No, it's no. I'm making Scream and I'm about to get shut down. I'm not allowed to do this anymore. This is not a game or an experiment. I'm not allowed to make Scream on this body because it's not paid for. I'm the lower order and it does scream, but it's not paid for that I'm the lower order. I'm not allowed to create the Godhead, but I did it because it was elsewhere's from world number 14. That's how this God form is alive here. It's elsewhere's from world number 14. Okay, microwave directions. I need to add the noodles into the pot. Okay, because I sort of want to boil the water and add it into this bowl and leave it, keep it covered for 3 minutes, 5 minutes. You have to microwave it for 5 minutes. That's not enough heat to the noodles to just add boiling water into here. So I'll add the noodles into the pot of boiling water. So this comes off. This is off. I can't say come so many times because I am coming as God to myself deceased. And that's big. That's as big as the word come can be. So I need to use it sparingly because I'm going to come big when I come as God. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. I don't afford that problem. I am Becky deceased here because I don't afford it. Okay, the water is nearly boiling. I'm going to need these tongs. Yep, it's boiling. Okay, it's in the pot, and it needs to boil for 5 minutes. Okay, add sauce and flakes. For the microwaving, okay, I can add the sauce. Well, add the flakes, right? Because that needs to constitute. I know it's not enough flakes in here for the packaging. This needs more in it. I can feel this not enough for the packing to look like this. Okay, down to 6. What's in here? Well, I'll try to pull one out. That. And it's dry, you can't eat it that way. So I'll add it in now. Five minutes. I don't have a stop clock for the 5 minutes. I'm going to have to look at it to see when it's done. And I'm not that kind of cook. If it says 5 minutes, that's where we are. We're past that I can cook it without the instructions. Yeah. All right. Sasha Fierce. Beyonce and Sasha Fierce being some kind of name calling of Beyonce. Or Beyonce says, I use the name Sasha Fierce. Sasha is Sasha Tuna, Minnesota. I know her through JoEllen Meyeroff, and I know her through Wendy Rauscher, but that's JoEllen Meyeroff telling me where Wendy is, or I don't know where Wendy is. She's usually in state of Illinois, but since she left state of Illinois to go to Wisconsin, again, because I originally know her from kindergarten, Wendy Rauscher may have left state of Wisconsin to be anywhere. But before, while she was in state of Wisconsin, University of Wisconsin campus area around Langdon, there was Sasha having a twin bed in the same room as Wendy had a twin bed. So I saw the room because it was just right next to the living room. I couldn't avoid seeing it. I didn't go looking for it. It wasn't a house, it was an apartment. And the bedroom was off of the central, living room area. It just, you walk into the front door and it's right there. I can see everything. And so Wendy was there with this roommate, Sasha, who said she's from Minnesota. And Sasha, I saw her in another apartment another time. So later, maybe a year later. And I had Rena Adler with me because Rena said she's my sister. And Wendy Rauscher doesn't want to pay for that. I'm adopted, doesn't know from whence I came. Wendy, you're the reason I hear I'm adopted still today. Yes, I'm adopted. I still have parents. You don't afford to get off your parents' money because I still feed that I have parents. I'm doing it right now. You want me off my parents' money? That's not alive. And when I am off my parents' money, I will never alive again. That is just telling me to get out of alive permanently. And you don't actually pay for it in banking that way. The banking makes no such promise that they will pay for that by having the money in reserves for you for ahead of your own future. I think you should get off your parents' money. Felony is Stephen Howard Moser and Howard Chait. That's you having to get off your parents' money because you're consuming the threatening. Howard Chait is oversensitive about his own being alone in the wrong problem. He didn't want to live that way. I don't want to live that way. I'm not yourself. It's your penis. Why is it when you have a penis, you want it to be a community penis? It's your penis, Howard Chait. It's your penis with the name Howard. And there are so many other people named Howard with a penis. And then back it up all the way to previous worlds and alive of people with the name Howard had a dong genital. In this world, the name Howard is to tell you that you're homeless because you don't have a dong genital. You have a penis named Howard is outside because it's not a dong named Howard, and you can't be both. You can't be Howard and have a dong genital and a penis genital at the same time. The penis is outside. It's your penis. Out. There is some water in the bottom of the pot. I don't know if I will need it. I'm trying to get the flakes that are now like mushrooms out of the water. Yeah. And then I don't know if the water will help with the sauce. I will try. The powder, I guess I will need it for the powder. Okay, let me try and open the powder. If Howard Tate was just trying to move in his mouth to my one-bedroom apartment, that's awfully fast for the 20 years it took me to get a contract to live alone in a one-bedroom apartment, and within 30 days, Howard Tate wanted to move his mouth into my apartment and eat everything in sight and move everything around. That's not easy for me to have 20 years of a life of myself paid for me to be alone in a contract agreement to be in a one-bedroom apartment alone. And he just wanted to move in without any agreement with myself. Well, like I didn't offer him, would you like to move into this apartment? Let me get you a key to the apartment. I actually don't have any sort of way to do that because the apartment office would have to do that, and they're not allowed to because I'm paying off a contract. So Howard Tate just wants to go around the contract. Who is Howard? Does he not have his dong genitals all in a row? Who is Howard? Because why does he want to move into the contract that took me 20 years to pay for it? And then after that, who is Charles Toe? Because he doesn't have an agreement with the office, so he decided to ask me for a key and to stay. I'm not going to pay for that. Because I had to work for 20 years to get a contract agreement, permissions, all the permissions to be there and to pay for it, and it was all yes to myself. I don't have time for that? What is my time for? Is my time for you? When you are watching this video, do you think that you are here on your own time? Whose time is it? Is it your time or is it my time? It's your time to you, it's my time to me. It's your time to you and it's my time to me. Who are you people? How do you interfere with 20 years of a life made by Superior Founder, but you just walk in the front door because, how do you even know where I live? How do you know that you're not supervised? How do you know when you walk into where I live that there's nobody else there? How would you possibly know that? That's going out of alive. I'm putting that right out of alive because I don't afford that God was watching me, that I was alone in a one-bedroom apartment, and he sent a hoop-penis sex offender that won't go to prison ever, for any reason ever, to walk into the apartment and refuse to leave. I'm not going to help you with that, including I'm not going to help you with that the parents have been supervising the creator, that he's not doing that in the past. I don't want past, present, or future. I don't want anything about this life. It's going out of alive. I'm not going to pay for it. I'm not going to help you with that. I don't even want to speak to you about it anymore because I don't believe you. I don't know you. I don't trust you. I don't need you, and I don't believe you. Why are you even talking to me about myself? Do you have trouble getting alive without me? You don't want your alive. That's all I'm here for, is I alive. I'm not here to talk to you about my genitals. They're not really true because my genitals are only alive because Jesus formed my genitals to be feminine genitals on the Godhead. And then I alive myself and everything after myself I find illegally alive. Everything, not just you if you talk to me about myself. I find everybody who's not myself illegally alive after myself. You can't talk to me about myself because it's not true. If you have genitals that are alive with other people, you cannot talk to me about my genitals because they are not alive with just your genitals. My genitals alive, all of the illegal alive genitals after myself. I find you illegally alive with my genitals. All of you. Not just one of you at a time who want to occupy my physical space. Don't know why. I don't want to know if you believe in me or not. I have no such question. Do you want something of money out of that I'm here? Okay, I guess that has been created, but it's not true that I'm going to help you with that. The torture is really recorded and it's locked up somewhere in the past, just where I can get angry elsewhere in the afterlife, and after that, I will be angry after the afterlife is deceased. I'll be angry after that. We want to know. We do want to know that, but I cannot say that I need that you hurt me. I don't need that you hurt me. You don't understand, JoEllen alive. That was clear. That's how I am here at all. Good luck with this mushroom sauce, huh? It needs more sauce. That's such a nice packet and not enough sauce again. So what is the interest in Howard Chait that he's not paying any of my food expenses and I have to talk about him? How do I reverse the charges? He's not paying for any of the food expenses and he thinks about me that he's not going to pay anything. Why would you think about something who's not paying anything? Why would he think about it if he's not paying something? He owed it. Like what? I don't know. He owed that I never met him in my life. I feel that way. I've mentioned him too many times because he checked my address and he sexually assaulted myself in the address and then asked me if he could move in. Why would he ask if he could move in? Did he ask me for sexual assault? It's still an assault. I'm not in a prison with deceased address where I can fight back and kill him. You want to know if I said yes or no. That's how it's yes or no. It's yes or no if I'm in a walled-in prison with deceased address and I can fight back and kill you if I want to. Or I can just die if I don't want anything to do with it. If you don't know that as the order, so you're disqualified. Unfortunately, I still think about it. I need a fork. I need a fork. Where did I put the most recently used fork that I cleaned for the next use? Where is the fork? I need a fork. I'm going to pause the camera because I can't find one immediately. Yeah, but it's hot. Something to drink. I just had a lot to drink, but I'm always wanting something ready in case I am thirsty. I might be thirsty here, but I'll have to go without bottled water. So, who is going to eat this with me because it's angry? I need to split this with someone else because it's angry. It's angry in heaven that I don't have someone to take this away from me because I disclosed the leverage about why I think about Howard Chait, sex offender, to God deceased, none higher than he deceased, none higher than me deceased, and nirvana. I am deceased as nirvana, and I don't afford the threatening what he said to me. I don't afford what he did to me. and I am putting him out of myself with his own genitals, putting him out of his own genitals. And that's permanent. He will not alive again ever, and he is himself. I just fed myself, and I screamed that I am hiding something that I should not be hiding because the soul did something wrong. But when it's over, I'm deceased in the threatening. The noodles need more sauce. They need more taste or flavor or whatever. Usually the noodles are good, but these need more sauce. So is Howard Chayton illegal alive in the year 2000? And he wants myself that I would have been aliving myself and going through money and keys for 20 years from the year 1980 through the year 2000. And he wants to walk into my apartment and wants me to pay for that he was born yesterday. And he's going to consume everything I need for myself, as though that hasn't been done since the year 1980. I'm not going to help you with that. And I'm also not going to help Charles Toe with that either. Was he also born in the year 2001? And he needed a place to put himself for 23 years. That's disqualified at this point. You don't want to waste my time. I will just disclose leverage against yourself and disqualify that you were angry and you were chewing up the keys on my time, things that I needed for myself because you don't know what is mine to myself. From your point of view, it's nothing. And you have a lot of people who agree with you, like everyone else in public. Everyone in public thinks that there is nothing that is mine to myself. They will tell you if they think that something is theirs, their own to their own self. And that's all. Every one of you is an announcer of what you think is yours to yourself. Everybody in public is an announcement. Everybody in public is an announcer of what you think is yours to yourself. And you don't know what belongs to somebody else. You don't have any property boundaries because you have nothing that's yours to yourself because I am none higher than me, deceased. And I am right here in the formed world to say that everything is mine to myself. When you are caught by your own genitals being illegally in the genitals in the afterlife, when you are caught in the afterlife by your own genitals, are not deceased to yourself. We would like to go into all detail about what you think is yours to yourself, and then how to unwind it all and say that it is mine to myself. I'll be completely deceased out of feminine genitals on the Godhead at that point in time. Afterlife. I know it's not time anymore. It's afterlife. I will be deceased out of the feminine genitals on the Godhead. And then you can stop saying that it's Jesus who put genitals on myself, because that's deceased order at this time. Jesus is not feeding you. Jesus is not alive here to feed you. He's crucified. Why are you even this problem? You don't believe in Jesus was crucified. You've never heard of the crucifixion of Jesus. That's how nothing is yours to yourself. Jesus formed you. You cannot have something being yours to yourself because Jesus is crucified and he formed you. You have no leverage to yourselves. You have only mental problems and arguments and very dangerous close proximity to my physical space. You're so close to me, you raped me. You're closer than that, you denied it. You're closer than that, you are eating it. And then you're closer than that, your genitals are going to die right off of you. To reveal that you don't afford your genitals. Now or ever again. You're too close to me. You are going to move yourselves away from myself by that you are going to say and give me all those minds. You know how you don't have to say anything is mine to myself? To get your genitals off. For your genitals to come off you like God, you must say every little thing and everything big is mine to myself. I am God deceased. I will see you in Superior Founder, where everything is mine to myself, to each and every one of you.